All right, good afternoon, everybody. I can see a lot of people have joined the webinar, and I welcome everybody on board, people who are working and students of pharmacy, students of law. This is going to be a very informative session on law and pharmacy. And there are certain confusions about this course coming together, because law is one profession altogether and pharmacy is one profession altogether. So people have not been able to understand why it should be clubbed together, what is the importance, what are the important job roles, and with what objective have we started this course on law and pharmacy. So in the next 20-25 minutes, I shall be giving details about this course, about its certifications, about assessments, and about most importantly, the placements and the job opportunities that await most of us. I shall be sharing my screen for a short presentation, and then I shall be taking up questions. So if you have any doubts, you can write in the chat box, and I shall give clarity on those doubts. So just allow me one moment to share my screen. Yeah, the screen is visible. Lalit sir, you can answer.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Visible.
So this is a course for everybody. This is a diploma course that we have started in Lloyd Institute, and it's a diploma course on law and pharmacy. So it's not a diploma course on law, and it's not a diploma course in pharmacy. It's a course on law and pharmacy put together. And it's like I've written specifically on the front slide only, it's a course with the highest career opportunities, and it embodies the best of both law and pharmacy worlds. So this idea was conceptualized when we had a conference here in Lloyd Institute with the Honorable Vice Chancellor of DIPSA, that is Delhi Institute of Pharmaceutical Sciences and Research University in Delhi, Professor Ramesh K. Goyal. And sir conceptualized that, in every field of pharmacy, law is much needed. And there are so many professional opportunities after studying pharmacy where you cannot do without studying law. And this idea was more, strengthened when I myself, after, doing my graduation, PG and my PhD, and after working for so many years, enrolled in a full-time 3 years LLB program. And that is when I learned the value of law in our pharmacy profession, which has been missed in the syllabus that we study. So you can do any course in pharmacy, you can read the acts. There are so many rules, regulations, and acts which we have been studying, but we don't study the actual law. And that can really help us if we want to pursue a career in regulations or in government jobs, in public policy making. So I shall be giving details of these job roles in further slides. But the idea of introducing this course is to equip you with all the legal knowledge which is necessary as a regulator in the pharmacy profession. At the same time, it is also needed for a law graduate, somebody who is practicing law and who wants to create a niche area in the pharmaceutical field, or who wants to get into the public policy making in government jobs, in various ministries. So you've studied your law, but you want to get into the pharmacy policy making, then this is the course to study, because this has been so much missing from our curriculums. Law students not taught pharmacy, pharmacy students not taught law, but they go hand in hand. I'm so proud to tell that we are the first institute to start this course, and I'm sure many others are going to follow suit soon. But we are going to be pioneers always. And the students who study this are again going to be proud graduates of, who have done this diploma course. So this screen you've already seen. This is our 1-year diploma in law and pharmacy. The best part is that it is UGC approved. This course was very much welcomed by UGC, and it also now comes under the National Skill Quality Framework. And we are the ones who have introduced this course in the NSQF as well. So it is approved by NSQF, which comes under the Prime Minister, and also by the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Government of India. That is why the fees and everything is very, very low for this year. Now, what is the course about? So let me give you a small outline about the course. In Law and Pharmacy course, this diploma, you will have 40% of theory and 60% of the practical experience. So you're going to study various case studies where this legal matter is going to be used in pharmaceutical field. Which departments it is used, what was the case, where it was actually utilized, so that when you join the industry, you already know where to apply which law and which act. And for the people who are already practicing pharmacy, who are already in the industry, will definitely, get to know more about the legal aspects of pharmaceutical regulations. So this course focuses on laws and regulations which govern the pharmacists. So you can be a clinical pharmacist, a hospital pharmacist, retail, wholesale pharmacist, the pharmaceutical industry, and the profession as a whole. So, you can get into, so this course, after studying this course, you can get into the regulatory department. Though there are pharmacy people only who are running the regulatory departments of the pharmacy companies, but after this, so if there are 100 candidates who appear for the interview, so you're the ones who are going to be selected, because definitely you have more knowledge about it, not only theoretical knowledge, but also you have studied the case studies, as in where it is applied practically in the regulatory department. And obviously you can get into government agencies, you can work as a patent lawyer and an application drafter. For individual scientists, you can work for research organization or companies. So I'll tell you, so everybody understand patents, and you also understand that there is an application procedure for filing a patent. So for example, there is a pharmaceutical company, and the research and development department comes out with the new products or new technologies, and they want to file a patent. So for filing that patent, you have to file an application, and there is a set procedure which is set by the government. So not everybody can do that. So somebody who studied pharmacy definitely doesn't know how to file an application for a patent, because you've never studied that. It was never there in the syllabus. So this is one very important component of this course. Is you study everything about intellectual property rights, that's IPR. You study everything about patents, about new drug applications, about abbreviated new drug applications, about FDA regulations, how to file an application. And so you can work as an application drafter for scientists, because scientists don't know about this. And you can work as a patent lawyer as well. Who should do it? So definitely for people who are already professionals. So this is going to be an additional qualification for a professional who wants to enter the legal department now of pharmaceutical companies. Pharmaceutical companies go through a lot of litigation, for various reasons, because you all understand that pharmacy companies, what do they bring out? They bring out medicines or drugs. And they have to undergo a lot of regulatory approvals, because medicines or drugs are used as life-saving, or to fight against disease. And they are to be taken in by a person. So they can be very harmful as well. That's why there are so many clinical trials in various stages which happen before a drug is approved. So the approval process is very tedious and very long. During that time, there are a lot of litigations that happen against those companies, which could be small or they could be very big, causing to the extent of causing withdrawal of that medicine from the market totally. There could be cases when suppose some side effect is reported, or sometimes, there could be litigation about other reasons as well. But there are so many litigations that pharmaceutical companies have to go through. So somebody who has done a course on law will be, the person who is most capable of dealing with these problems in these pharmaceutical companies. So if you're already a professional, then this is definitely an additional qualification if that is what you want to do. And for the people who want to excel in the pharmaceutical industry, because what are you gaining? You are gaining what the industry needs. And so definitely you are going to be in high demand. So people who are already in profession, people who are studying pharmacy, and people who are studying law. So when you're studying your pharmacy and law, that's the best time to study this course, because you are doing your graduation. That is your pharmacy education, or you're doing your law. So that's a part of your graduation, or maybe you could be in your PG also. But at the same time, this course can run side by side, and you can have an additional qualification by the time you pass out. And nothing better than this time, because as it is, you've not been attending college physically since a long time. So till the time colleges reopen, the course is going to be online. And so you can utilize your time in a very, very effective manner. So why should you do it now? Like I said, so best time to study is now, because now is the time when you can enroll into it. You can study it online. We shall be sharing all the assignments, case studies with you. And then you can, use that time and study them. We'll have online lectures. So you can utilize your time in the best possible manner, even with the professionals, because most of you are working from home now. So you have a lot of time to invest. And even if you're working from office, but there are no outings, you can't go out, there's no tourism, travel. So rather than wasting time, you can study more and get upskilled. And that is what has been the mantra for this quarantine time as well, is that invest your time in learning new skills, in upskilling yourself. Otherwise, you will stay where you are. You have the same knowledge base, you are working on the same platforms. So if you upskill yourself, it is definitely going to help you in your career progression. The objective of the course, like I've been telling since the beginning, but to put it in a more objectified manner, is that we further the knowledge through this course, especially in the areas of patent law, in patent searching, in patent drafting, application drafting, and application filing of patents. Then there are laws related to business secrets and traditional knowledge, which is very important, and the trademark registration process. So these are things which are really important for a pharmaceutical company. In fact, there have been so many case studies, and one of them that I can remember now was of the turmeric, which in the US FDA, some company had filed for a patent for haldi, which is turmeric, a curcumin product. But that already existed in India since a very long time. So the pharmaceutical companies challenged that patent application because that already existed in India since a very long time. But a scientist will not be able to do that, or a pharmacy graduate alone will not be able to do that. So you need to have knowledge of the pharmacy, because you have to, search pharmaceutical patents or drug patents. At the same time, you should know the law behind the patents as well, and how patents are searched on the sites, how to draft an application, how to file an application. So all these things, you get to learn during this course. Then the course develops your skills in monitoring and reporting the effectiveness of any side effects or adverse effects. Why is this important? Because a very important component of a pharmaceutical field is pharmacovigilance, which is basically about the adverse drug reporting. So pharmaceutical company has launched their product. It enters the market after going through thorough clinical trials. It has been approved by the regulator, but still there are some side effects or adverse effects which are reported after a longer period of time. For example, recently we heard about the diabetes drug metformin, which is reported now to cause cancer. It is highly carcinogenic, but people have been taking metformin since 20-25 years or more, but these adverse effects or side effects are taken care by a department called the pharmacovigilance department. So there again, you need a knowledge of pharmacy as well as law, and these are the people who are needed the most there, who know how to understand the terminology in side effects and adverse effects which are occurring, Like even the word carcinogenic, it will not be understood probably by a layman, but it is easily understood by a person who studied their medicine or pharmacy. So, you can get into the pharmacovigilance department. It is a government department, and a lot of pharmaceutical companies also have a pharmacovigilance department. Then third and very important objective is for the pharmacists, to promote knowledge and education pertaining to rights and duties of a pharmacist, the importance of ethics and fair practice in pharmaceutical care, about the manufacturing and distribution of drugs and also food products, and in medical device policy issues as well. So this is really important. When you read the law, you understand what your rights and duties are. So when you study law related to pharmacy, you understand the ethics, you understand the rights, you understand the importance of ethics, you understand the fair practice behind running a pharmacy or a pharmaceutical company. And why ethics are so important in pharmacy? Because there's an oath also which is taken once you pass out your pharmacy, because it's a profession related to saving lives. So you take an oath that you're going to put others benefits ahead of your own benefit, and you will do everything necessary for saving the lives of others. So ethics are very important, but what comes along with ethics is the rights and the duties of a pharma person. So you need to understand, like when we read the newspaper, and if you studied your law, you understand a lot of terminology of the newspaper better. So similarly, you need to know your rights and duties as a pharmacist as well. You can get into those departments and you can obviously take benefit for yourself. The course structure that we have conceptualized for this diploma course on law and pharmacy, it has been conceptualized by keeping the huge market potential behind us and what is the related skill requirement in the sector. So a lot of back calculation has been done. It has been find out what the market needs, what is the skill needed in the health sector, and that is what has been put in the course structure. So this course gives an overview of international and Indian laws both, and the regulations which are applicable to both pharmacy practice as well as pharmacy profession as a whole. Then the course structure also includes, most important, intellectual property law, and especially on areas like patents, on patent drafting, patent search, on patent application filing, on business secrets, traditional knowledge, trademarks. So everything which is related to a pharmaceutical company. So once you know this, you can give advice, you can be on the consultancy board, you can have your own consultancy in advising companies who want to come up with their pharmaceutical products, how to file a patent, how to have business secrets, how to file for a trademark. So everything you're going to learn in this diploma course. Then what I told you about pharmacovigilance and about forensic pharmacy. Then the course structure also includes a regulatory framework. How the regulatory framework in India works, how it works internationally, what is CDSCO, what is FDA, and how the application for new drugs are filed, how to get a license, what are the laws related to getting a license, and what is the procedure when you have to apply to the licensing authority. So nobody teaches you all this, but when you learn this, you have two benefits. One, you can do it for yourself, and second, you can have your own consultancy and earn a lot of money by giving consultancy to huge pharmaceutical companies. And like I already said, the course will use 60% of the scheduled hours for practical skill training. So 40% is going to be theory and 60% you shall be skilled on various case studies, like where all this knowledge that you are gaining will be used. So if you are taught about patent filing, then practically also you will be given a topic and you will be actually taught through a case study how a patent is actually filed, how an application is made. So you're going to make it for yourself, so that once you've done these live case studies, you will be able to immediately join a company without getting any training through the company. The job roles, which is the most important. So you will ask that what job opportunities we might have. So even after doing your pharmacy education, you can get into a lot of job roles, like, into manufacturing, into marketing, into regulatory affairs, and so on and so forth. But what is the advantage when you do a law course along with a pharma course? So here you don't have to do a 3-year LLB after your B Pharm. This course can be done along with your studies, and the job opportunities become multiplied after doing both these courses together. So most importantly, you can get into patent law. So there are law firms who work precisely for patents work into the intellectual property rights. You can get into academia because now you are so skilled. So if somebody comes to me for an interview who is a pharmacy professional, who has done their pharmacy and who wants to teach the pharmacy students, and if he or she has an added knowledge about the law and the regulatory procedures of pharmacy, I'm definitely going to consider that candidate over any other candidate, because this course is giving skills to the students. So I would want the students to be skilled on something which is not included in the syllabus or curriculum, but which is used so much in the industry. Then the next law is what we already discussed, the job opportunity of medication related litigation. So many litigation happens, so many cases are filed against pharmaceutical companies, and so you are the best candidate to give consultancy on those cases. You can be on boards of pharmacies. Definitely in public policy making, you can get government jobs. Then you can get into the corporate law department in pharma companies, because you're the best choice. You've studied your pharmacy and you've done your law, and you can have your own setup. You can become a specialized legal consultant to a pharma company. The certification and assessments that you get is, the course will be run in Lloyd Institute, and physically and online till the time it happens physically. And it's a UGC approved course. It comes under NSQF, I already said, and certified by the Ministry of Skill Development. Right. So if you have any queries, applications can be requested. The last date to enroll is next week. And that's the reason I thought that I'm going to, detail it to you very quickly today, because we are receiving a lot of queries, but a lot of doubts as well. So this clarity was needed. 27th of October is the last date to enroll. You can ask applications with your name at lloyd.pharmacy@gmail.com. The fees for any candidate who wants to enroll is 30,000 for Lloyd students and Lloyd alumni also. For students who passed out any time from Lloyd, the fees is 50% for this year, which is 15,000 only for the entire course. I think that pretty much sums up everything. If there's anything you wish to ask, please, I'm open to any questions. So I have a couple of questions here. One question I have is from Akhil Chaudhary. Akhil asks if we can do this course simultaneously with graduation. Yes, you can do, Akhil. That's why it's a diploma. And now with coming of the National Education Policy, NEP, things have become very easy. Now government wants everybody to be skilled. So NEP is based on skilling. So that's why what they say is, carry on your education anywhere, anytime. It has become very simplified and very flexible. So you can do it, and definitely you will get industry exposure. Like I said, it's going to be practical as well as theory course. So you will get to interact with people who are in the industry. In fact, they will be the main experts who will deliver this course to you. And so they will give you an exposure of what is happening in the industry. Then I have another question which is asked, how is the assessment process, yearly or semester exams? The assessment is going to be semester, and the syllabus and the module obviously will be shared with you, since it is approved by UGC, and the syllabus was posted to UGC, and they were very excited and they approved the syllabus as well. So it's going to be semester wise. I hope that answers. Then I have another question. Will this be completely online course or attendance is mandatory for full year? So see, this is the best time to study, like I said, because there are no government regulations for a full-time attendance. And I'm sure it's not going to happen for next year as well. Even now, government has asked schools and colleges and higher education to take students, this, they have to respond. So we have to take a response whether you want to attend or you don't want to attend. So online is going to happen, I think, for the entire year. But we'll give a choice to the students whether they want to appear to the institute. They're most welcome. But online is going to happen for the entire year because government is going to be very flexible for this year. And like most of the IT companies are working, and even higher educational institutions have been asked not to open, not to make attendance compulsory till the parents give response in yes, that is they want. So it's going to be a completely online course. But yes, the offline mode will also run for people who want to and who are comfortable attending institute. Yes. So if there's anything else, you can ask on the email ID also given, and we shall be really, willing to answer any queries, because we don't want people to stay in doubts and, not, we don't want you to miss a chance to enroll in this wonderful course, which has been, our dream course. We wanted to start this course since a very long time after VC sir said in Dipsaru that we must have this course. And like I, repeat, after doing my law, I really realized the potential, how law can add so much skill, knowledge to the already existing pharmacy knowledge that I had. And especially to any person who wants to get into regulatory or patents and all, believe me, you're not taught all these things during your graduation and post-graduation. So what you need to do now is courses which actually skill you. Our hands are tied that we go by the, curriculum which is prescribed by the universities, which also sums up a lot of things. I would not say that is not necessary, but then the years are short. In 4 years, you cannot teach so much to a bachelor student. So skilling is much, much necessary. And this course is going to skill you to get a job. You will find a job yourself after this. So I think that's about it from me now. And any queries, most welcome. And the institute is open physically. In case you want to come and meet us, you can come physically to the campus Monday to Saturday and meet us. And otherwise, you can request an application at the email ID already shared. Dr. Lalit, I think I'm good to go. Yeah.
Yes,
Thank you very
ma'am.
much,
Thank you.
everybody. Thanks for attending. And thanks to the IT support, Lalit sir and everybody else. Preeti ma'am for making it live also. And to dear students and the professionals who heard it. Thank you very much and most welcome to the course now.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay.